Recording. All right, cool.
Okay.
So, like I was saying prior, um, I'm making an application. And the
Mm-hmm.
premise of the application is to take a really rounded database. The database I have currently takes all the players from 1884 until 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the idea is to try to predict outcomes of future games.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we're still trying to work it out. But as someone who doesn't, I don't watch baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I'm barely getting into it myself. And since you work in the industry, as you stated, right?
Yeah.
Um, what would you expect from a application that predicts the outcome of games?
Mm, to know the form of to know the form of teams. So how teams are coming into games. Are they informed? Have they been winning? Are they in a good dynamic? To know which players are available for the games. To know the history of the clubs or the teams are playing.
Okay.
So to get as much information as you can, the recent victories, recent losses, players, form of the team, history on the team, that would be easier, make it easier to predict like games.
Okay. And I'm personally confused on the history part now.
History is like what have they done? What has the team done before?
Okay. So you mean like,
Are they
oh, how many World Series they won, all these big
yes?
rewards.
Are,
Okay.
are they used to winning or are they have they not won? Because for example, if we choose like a team, you want to predict a team that is not used to winning, it's more likely you predict that okay they're not going to win,
Yeah.
because you need to know that history. Are they used to winning or not? This kind of thing.
Okay. I can see that because my assumption, once again, just looking at the numbers, right, is that it doesn't matter what team the player is. The player is what makes of the team. And I'm saying this from bare minimum research. I've been seeing a lot of Otani recently,
Mm-hmm.
um, and his dynamics from when he joined the Dodgers and Angels. That he's a god in the Dodgers, from my point of view. But when he was with the Angels, he was nothing.
Yeah,
So
because the Yankees are not good. So yeah,
correct. So I sort of took the perspective of it's the player that makes the team, but
yeah,
also what he's surrounded with, right?
true. Mm-hmm.
So is that sort of like the history perspective that you're going on, saying like, a it depends on the point of time of like where this team is at
Yeah,
that
at the
predicts
point
their.
of time.
Okay, okay, that makes a lot more sense then. Okay,
That's what I was. Yeah.
yeah. Um, so I sort of did that with my application. I didn't take into so much intense account of the history, as you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
I practically said, "Hey, where is this player at this point in time? Which team, and what are the other teams surrounding him, or other players, sorry, that surrounds him?" And at
Yeah.
that point of time, predict what the outcomes is in said game versus other team. Um,
Mm-hmm.
would you agree that that's the best way to predict? Um,
Yeah.
okay, it is. Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
That would be the best way.
okay.
Definitely.
Once again, I like I said, I bare minimum knowledge of baseball. I'm just working what I got.
For sure. No problem. That's fine.
um, Oh, I totally forgot. So, yeah, I forgot. Mention your credentials. Like, what do you do specifically at the Dodgers, right? If I'm correct.
Yes. I work
Okay.
as a local team member.
Okay.
So helping out with marketing and promotions during, after, and before games. So
So more like an advertisement stuff like that.
yep.
Okay.
Prom- yeah.
That makes me question something. So, if I was able to accurately predict a outcome of the game, right? Of a
Mhm.
game, said any game, right?
Mhm.
Would it influence the way you would advertise your team?
No, because the only thing we advertise is Dodgers. We don't advertise other teams, so
Okay.
it won't change much. We'll keep advertising our team like the same we do.
And you're saying that purely because the popularity of the team, right? Like, let's say I predicted 5 losses for the next 5 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
How would your advertisement mentality change from said predictions?
No, it doesn't change. It's the
It,
same.
You just keep going with it. You're just like, hey man, this team's so good, I'll keep going with it. You know?
We so the way we advertise the team is like it doesn't depend much on losses and wins.
Okay.
It depends more on like what we know people like to see or what we know since they are used to fans interaction. There's a lot of fans interaction in the stadium. So we know what the people like to see, what they like to hear. So we base more on our advertisements on people and not the result or the form of the team.
Okay.
It's
That
on the people,
on the people.
the
Okay, so it's more like the
fans.
community
Yeah.
then. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's an interesting take because I assume that um, if I had this application and I'm predicting all these wins, I would assume that the team's win influence would be dramatic, where the person would be like, "I want to go for that winning team. I'll go for keep going for that team." I didn't
Mm-hmm.
take into account the community, and once again, I don't watch much. My first baseball game was a Yankee game at like 2020,
Yeah.
so I don't have a perspective. So it's interesting to hear that it's more of a community thing rather than a I'm gonna go for the winning team. Um, it also brings another perspective with like the Green Bay Packers, where I come from, Wisconsin. Every cheesehead likes the Packers. It's a losing team though, and now it makes sense. It's more of a community thing rather than a winning teams thing.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's it.
That's how I
Interesting,
see
man.
we do our promotions because I remember some games we lost, but the next day we still kept doing the same promotions way we do. So it doesn't much like change.
Killer.
Maybe during the playoffs, if we lose games, we are not going to make it to the next round. So of course it's going to change our plans, you know. So
Okay.
but during the regular season it's fine. There's so many games during the regular season, so we just keep going.
Okay. So if I had said application and gave it to you, you practically would be like, "There's no use for it here," right? And you can be honest about it, because this
If
is
you
gonna
give me an
shift my
application
perspective
to
how
do
to program this thing.
wait, you saying if you give me an application to do it?
Yeah, no. If I gave you my application that predicts the game outcomes, you wouldn't use it at all. You'd be like, "What is this for? I'm keep doing my thing, right?"
But what is the why is the application predicting games for though?
Oh, that's all. That's all I'm doing. I'm just taking databases once again and predicting future games.
Well, that could be helpful to people who like to gamble.
Oh, it's sports betting. Yeah. So that's something that came to mind too. Um, it wasn't the primary drive of this application, but sports betting did come up and be like, okay, if we gave it to like let's say DraftKings, I know that's a big sports betting guy or
Hmm?
application themselves.
Yeah.
If we can give it to them, I know they for a fact would have a use for it. But
Yeah.
I sort of thought that there would be other revenues besides betting. But it's great that you mentioned betting. So my assumptions were correct.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it would be more for people who like to bet this app, so that, if, for example, if your app predicts that, oh, this going, it predicts people lose, win. Okay, people can use that as a betting form. That okay, it's predicting this. Maybe I should use this on my bet platform. And then if they win, they'll keep using your predictions. If they losing money, then might not keep using. You know. So
Okay, so you see it as a betting thing. Okay, that's great
yeah.
to hear. Um, I don't have anything in mind. You did give me some amazing perspectives. Um, what do you see any other usage for the application itself besides
Mm,
sports betting?
that's a good question. I haven't thought about that. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm
this
not
is
sure.
something I'm thinking myself too. Is like,
Because
other
when I'm
than
thinking of
betting, is there
yeah,
anything
that's
else?
what I'm saying. When I think about predicting games,
Yeah,
that would be just helpful if I'm trying to make money through it. You know. So.
that's the sole purpose. That gamble out of it. Okay,
Mm, mm, I don't know.
right on. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. I assume that it would have an influence on how your fandom um, comes together. Um, or like at least a slight influence in like how your fans come and go, you know,
Mhm.
but doesn't. That's interesting. Okay, but yeah, I think I got. That's all the questions I have so far. So thanks for your time, my man.
For sure, you're welcome. I got you. Have a
Right
good
on,
one.
dude. You have a good one too, man.
Yeah.